Sige. Good morning. Simulan na natin. Madami tayong pag-uusapan ngayong umaga. We invited the House Minority Leader, Congressman Danilo Suarez from Quezon, representing Quezon, to give us his views on various issues faced by the House present. Isa rito ang usapin ng martial law sa Mindanao. Tatanungin din natin siya tungkol sa comprehensive tax reform program ng Duterte administration. Is it still pending sa House? And up for deliberation sa Senate later on. Although meron ng mga public consultations na ginawa. We'll also have presidential legislative liaison Undersecretary Ryan Esteves to give us his views on the priority legislative agenda of the Duterte administration. Tatanungin din natin siya tungkol sa mga iba pang issues that have to do with the relations between Balitaan and both houses of Congress. We have Mr. Butch Junia. Magsasalita siya tungkol sa power rates at yung midnight power supply agreement ng MERALCO. 7 contracts that would lead to higher power rates.
About 2.4 trillion pesos.
Okay. Anyway, we also have Mr. Nilo Tayag. Siya ang, kung yung mga nakakaalala siguro, siya yung dating tagapangulo ng Kabataan ng Kabayan. Nakulong ng matagal. Siya ngayon ang namumuno sa isang kilusan ng ang advocacy nila is establishment of a revolutionary government by President Duterte. Anyway, we'll give him a chance to talk about this later on. Unahin natin si House Minority Leader Suarez. Give us his views on, siguro, saan natin sa usapin ng martial law. Ano po yung stand nyo at ng minority sa House?
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Doon sa, maraming salamat sa pag-anyaya dito sa inyong forum. Nakapagbigay na ang minority ng posisyon tungkol doon sa martial law. At ang desisyon ng minority at ng representation na ito is we are fully supporting the decision of the President in the declaration of martial law in Mindanao. And you media can attest to the fact that it is in order with what's happening now. Gaya na sinabi ko noon, when he made that declaration, ay ang assumption ko ay hindi niya ginawa kung hindi niya alam yung iba pang, kung hindi niya binigay sa kanya ng militar ang tunay na kalagayan sa Marawi area. At yun, maaari, medyo hindi sinabi muna sa public. Pero right now, with the magnitude of problem, because we have some Muslim members of the House who we asked, ano ba ang lagay sa Marawi? And I made a presentation during the minority meeting wherein I presented a vehicle that is right across the bridge. Sinalang nila yung sasakyan na may bandera ng ISIS. And for 1 week, hindi nila maalis-alis yung vehicle na yun. And the reason is, there were reports of snipers well in place. That's what's happening now. Kaya hindi nila mapasok-pasok with 50 caliber barrel. That's an effective range of more than 8 kilometers. And if you are a good soldier, and you know that there's someone there with a 50 caliber, you really have to think twice before making a move, by forward move. I think it will take a while, and even the military now made a statement that it will take a while before they can contain Marami. Because there are still some barangay that's still under the control of, we can call them terrorists or rebels or whatever. Definitely, that's the present scenario. So, para sa atin, I think vindicated at tama yung desisyon ng Pangulo tungkol sa mga.
Nag-interrupt ba naman? Ang sabi ni Congressman Lagman, hindi raw rebellion ang terrorism. Parang ganun yung natang yung main argument niya sa Supreme Court. How would you react to that?
Well, unang-una, let's look at the body count. Marami na namamatay. Marami na namamatay na militar, marami na namamatay na civilian, marami na namatay sa identified na sinasabi natin multi-terrorist rebels or whatever. And those number of what we call the body count just simplify the fact that it's not a ordinary case of terrorism. In effect, they're trying to put up already, di ba meron silang plano to take over the city hall and the capital, declare a state of Marawi under the flagship of ISIS. Baka naman dapat on the side of the group of independents, grupo nila EDSEL, darating na nila yung gravity ng problema.
I would suppose si Congressman Lagman is coming from the direction na naging yung pamilya niya, naging victim ng massacre, na namatay ng kapatid, na missing, parang meron na yung mindset na martial law per se is bad. Ano nangyari?
Well, I think at the end of the day, the judgment decision will be the Supreme Court. Kasi nag-appeal sila. Technically, there is a division between judiciary and legislative. Karapatan ng executive, ng Pangulo, na mag-declare ng martial within 60 days. At ang Kongreso naman, at I'm talking about the Senate and the House, can question or declare it null and void. But we supported. So, tapos na yung martial law, the issue. Ngayon, they can go to the Supreme Court, and that's what they did. But I don't think the Supreme Court will question Congress. Medyo hindi na nila target.
Di ba more than academic kayo sa Pinang? Ang two houses should convene in joint session.
Well,
Dahil meron ng
that's a
separate
provision,
resolution.
or we can do it separately. But the House decided, kami ang sa aming sisimula, we've decided that there is no need because we have confirmed the action of the President. So when do we have to begin?
So parang yung petition kasi nila is parang two-tier. The basis of martial law should be decided upon. And yung usapin ng pag-convene ng Congress to decide on to determine whether there is basis for.
Procedural naman yun. Which we complied. Wala kaming ginawang violation sa basic procedure ng ginawa ng...
Na-deliberate, sir.
Ha?
Na-deliberate.
Oo naman. Mahabang discussion. That was, I think, sa last part na ng 2 days before the adjournment, di ba?
So lower house lang ho ang nag.
Oo. They were given their day in the plenary on questioning all the issues regarding to declaration.
Butch.
Sige.
Good morning po. Halimbawa po nag-rule ang Supreme Court ng joint session, pwede po bang i-defy yun ng Congress?
Magro-rule ang Supreme Court na kailangan mag-convene kami.
Halimbawa,
Joint? I don't think they'll do that. Kasi maliwanag ang House procedure, tinatawag natin yung House rules, same with Senate rules. Sinunod namin eh. There is no need to convene between Senate and the House. Approve na namin. But if we want to, we could have. Yun ang sinasabi ng group of independents na dapat mag-convene.
Kung paki-expound lang pong konti yung separation ng judiciary and
Hindi, ang ganito yon. Ang Congress may House rules. Yun ang aming susundin. At yung House rules, nandiyan yung mga policy ng katulad ng minority, majority. Di ba nagkaroon kami ng issue na dinala nila sa Supreme Court? Sinabihan sila ng Supreme Court na internal sa inyo yan, that's the House rules. Hindi kami pwedeng makialam. Yung kinwestiyon ng group of independents yung pagkaka-nominate ko as minority. Remember that? And sinabi ni majority leader pa rin yan na butuhan yan. Yung bumoto kay Bebot Alvarez, ang majority. At yung hindi bumoto sa kanya, minority. Ngayon, lahat na minority mag-eleksyon kung sino ang gusto nilang gawing minority. That's the House rules. And that should be respected by the judiciary and the executive. Yun ang House. So what I'm saying is, the majority leader is a good lawyer, knows his books. Pag gumawa siya ng isang desisyon at nagbigay siya ng isang posisyon ng Kongreso, may pinanghahawakan ng majority floor leader. In fairness to rule.
So it's not likely na mag-rule ang Supreme Court on whether Congress should still convene, but more on the issue of the basis of martial law.
I think ang focus nung natapos na naman kahapon na yung justification na present ng Solgen ni Solgen Calida na tama ang Pangulo sa pagdideklara ng martial. Palagay ko doon sa Supreme Court, baka hinighlight ni Solgen yung maaaring features and actual data that was presented to the military. What are the given facts of the scenario in Marawi right now in the adjoining area? So at the end of the day, I will assume that the Supreme Court will support the decision of the... they will just say that mag-rule sila and they will not heed to the appeal of the group of Congressman.
And we expect that to be handed down this coming week,
In bank yun eh. Siguro sa
Tuesday, at the earliest. Question, follow-up.
ano sana, hindi pa kung pwede ibang issue. Kung may, tapos na po yung issue ng martial law.
Okay, sige. Meron pang question sa martial law?
I just want to I think my Supreme Court, just as speculation, the Supreme Court will rule on the basis of the separation of principle of separation of powers, a political act by the executive will not be interfered with by a decision of the Supreme Court. That's an opinion.
Okay, we'll entertain questions later on the issue of martial law. Anyway, punta tayo dun sa tax reform proposal sa Congress. There's a perception, for instance, dating Economic Planning Secretary Solita Consol, na yung tax reform package being deliberated upon by Congress is anti-poor basically, and below
Anti-poor.
gano'n ang pagtingin niya. In the sense na even while yung mga low-income earners will be given a lower tax bracket, yung malalaking naman, the rich taxpayers will not be affected by yung the entire package. Ano yung pagtingin nyo sa bill na ito? Will it pass muster sa House within...
Well, binigay ko na yung position ko sa plenary on the debate. As expected, matatalo kami because it's a numbers game. Pero sana unawain niyo yan. Hindi porke naglabas ka ng isang tax program, you will solve the problem of finances. No. Not, sabi ko. Kasi 90% ng ating revenue came from customs in BNI. Kahit maglabas ka ng magandang programa, kung yung dalawa, nandun pa rin ang katiwalian, pareho pa rin. So sabi ko, ba't hindi natin i-impose yung ating batas na ginawa na mag-set tayo ng target? Alam mo, balikan natin yung time ng yumawang Pangulong Marcos. Hindi ko naman sasabihin na nangyari ito, pero ang mga chismis, parang tatawagin ng BIR at saka Custom, tapos tatawagin niya, magkano ba ang budget na gusto ng gobyerno? Ito. O sasabihin niya doon sa dalawang ahensya, kolektahin ninyo yan. Hindi naman niya sasabihin, bahala na kayo. Basta nakolekta lang ninyo. Wala naman sinabi, basta you are ordered to collect this amount. Kaya tayo, zero deficit, balance budget tayo. Kung magkano ang collection, yun ang budget. That was the scenario during the past years. Ngayon, nung ako ang chairman ng Ways and Means, binasa ko ulit, kasi sinabi ko kay Erap, at post ba't ako ang gagawin yung chairman ng Ways and Means, hindi naman ako lawyer, hindi naman ako CPA. At yung anong alam ko sa tax? Ay kung magaling ako kung bilag sa tax. Kaya kayo pag ginawa dyan, alam mo ang weakness ng taxation. That's why, what I gave direction is to confront the weakness of the administration. And one of that is the accretion law. Na magbibigay ka ng target sa bawat ahensya kung magkano ang dapat i-collect. Pag nag-surpass ko sa target mo, may bonus ka. And it happens during the time ni GMA, nag-surpass ang custom ng target ng almost 890 million over the target. And they were given hefty bonus. Even the janitor got 14,000 pesos bonus. It was shared among the rank and file. So, para sa akin, and you yourself, I think can answer my question. Matino ba ang customer yan sa KAPIHAN? Kung kayo hindi nakasigurado sa sagot ninyo, ganun din ako, hindi ako sigurado sa sagot. So, ayusin muna natin yung basic problem ng weakness ng gobyerno. It will take a while. Because before we can confront this problem.
Are you saying that yung basic problem is yung collection?
Yes. I mean, you may have I don't know Dulay from Adam. He's saying during his interview that he is not a tax expert and he is wondering why he was named there. So, baka mabuti yun. Yung walang mga bata-bata sa bureau and he will just be what we call seriously doing his job as the chairman of the tax collection. Pero, you go to RDs, you go to different cities, you go to different agencies, nandun pa rin ang problema eh. Dahil nga na sinabi ko nung araw, when I was the Ways and Means, sinabi ko, cheating the government in terms of taxes is a way of life. unless we can come up with a remedy to that statement, we cannot be effective. Ang importante naman, meron naman tayong tinatawag na yung direct taxation na and that's the reason why this government is healthy. Kaya tayo maraming pera, yung mga batable, nakukolekta natin. Yung mandatory yun, pagdating na isang shipment ng fuel, kinukuha na kaagad natin ang tax. Eh, paano kung makakailan doon? But when it comes to liquidity, this government is liquid. It has more money than it can spend right now. But I don't know whether they can absorb it.
Pwede niyo pong paliwanag yung basic provisions ng attrition law. Does it cover yung even regional directors?
Well, when you apply attrition, which I talked to Sunny Dominguez, I talked to Secretary Jokno, they promised me that they will come up during this coming DBCC. Bago after this one na, DBCC na tayo, di ba? Magsaset na sila ng target. Kasi walang target. And I gave them the benefit, 1 year ka, bago si Pangulong Duterte, so baka nangangapa pa kayo sa procedure. Ngayon, 1 year na tayo. Palagay ko naman, nakapag-aral na sila ng dapat. So, sa DBCC, identification ng mga target. And they promised me that attrition will be in it. And maybe I can impose that with strong action. I would imagine that by the time I'm still in minority.
So yung mga hindi nakaka-make ng targets, could you replace or
Well, there is a certain percentage of shortfall and meron kang writable pag napakalaki ng shortfall mo at meron namang warning.
so calibrated ang response? Or
Warning by coming from the head of the agency saying na target ka. Alam mo, hindi naman pagsiset ng target, hindi naman mahirap kasi may track record bawat opisina eh. Kukunin mo lang yung collection for the last 5 years and use that as a basis.
So kailan ho na yan? Na-approve yung attrition law yan?
During the time of GMA.
Ang middle of the past decade. Sige.
Ibig sabihin ba nito pagka in-implement yung attrition law, ano mangyayari dun sa tax reform package na nandun?
Wala, nandun pa rin. Mababa, ang tax reform na ginawa kasi nila Secretary Sani, binago nila yung bracket ng taxation. Kasi lahat ng Pangulo, during the campaign, last year, lahat sila nanako na bababaan nila ang income tax ng mga ordinary workers. Lahat sila. Si Jojo Binay ako nun, time na yun, made that promise. Ligo made that promise. Maro has made it. Everybody promises that no, there will be a dramatic reduction on our income tax. Pero sa totoo lang, heavily taxed tayo. Yung mga sumasahod ng nakapay envelope, regularly monthly, mataas ang bracket. So dito sa proposal na ito, bababaan niya ito ng certain percentage at ang mawawala sa gobyerno ay 139, about 140 billion mawawala sa gobyerno. Ngayon, in return, pag pinaaprubahan mo naman yung CTRP, kikita naman ang gobyerno ng 300 something. So, tubo ang gobyerno ng 100 billion pa. If that will be implemented. Bababaan niya ang bracket ninyo, pero tataas naman ang tax. Fuel, basic commodities. Yan ang trade-off. Kaya yung pinasa namin na yun, palagay ko, ang Senado will have ahead of the time. But looking at our calendar, SONA, budget, election, may barangay election pa tayo, Christmas, baka next year na ito.
I understand dito sa CTRP meron din decrease sa personal and corporate income taxes. Parang meron tayong commitment under ASEAN to lower it to from 30 or to 25.
Well, gaya nga na sinabi ko, pag napakataas ng tax bracket mo, the tendency is to cheat. Ngayon, kung bababaan mo, baka sabihin niya, hindi ko na kailangan gastusan pa, mababayad na lang ako. Maybe that principle could be applied. Babaan mo na, para wala nang kaya. And then, maybe you will have a bigger tax base kasi napakanipis ng tax base natin. Sa totoo yan. Sa population natin ng more than 100 billion, ang tax base ata natin, I was the chair of President, 57,000. During my time, nabagot na yun.
Marami yata exemptions insofar as sa personal income taxes, marami exempted.
Well,
Minimum wage earners.
dito nga sa present scenario natin, ang kawawa, ang effective ang tax collection, 98% effectivity na walang late ay yung direct from your pay envelope. Kasi direct yung withholding yan, babawasin ka. So, walang corruption doon. Kasi diretso babawasin sa iyo. Pero sa totoo, tama ka rin, ang taas ang bracket ng Pilipinas in terms of taxation, corporate, as compared to our
32 yata ang present, it could be lower to by a few percentage points.
Well, sana magkaroon, aprubahan ng Senado yung CTRS. Siguro, babalikan naman kami ng House and Congress, House and Senate, baka i-enforce kami, makiusap naman kami na mag-adjust tayo ng 20%.
Sir, pwede ibang topics, yung kay, sabi ni Speaker Alvarez, gusto niyang pa-abolish yung Court of Appeals, tapos ipapadisbar niya yung mga tatlong justice system sa issue ng Ilocos Forum.
Yung
Ano bang take ng minority po?
yung mga tauhan ni Governor Aimee, na dinitain niya sa House.
Pa-abolish lang niya yung Court of Appeals kasi intervention yung co-equal branch.
As I've said, I consider the majority leader to be a good lawyer, and I would assume that he knows what he's doing.
So si Speaker na po mismo nagsalita, hindi lang si majority.
Well, they're both lawyers. So they know their legal grounds.
Sa inyo po, sa inyong personal na opinion po na kailangan po mag-i-abolish yung Court of Appeals and i-disbar justices. Okay, as a congressman, sir.
Well, we cannot abolish a constitutional decision. Di ba pwede? Ang pwede ko namin gawin, hindi namin bibigyan ng budget.
Parang sinasabi ni Speaker yata, the CA was created by Congress.
Opo, yun ang sinasabi niya. Ano po yung
Hindi
tingin
ba
niyo
yung,
dito?
if you take the strict meaning of judiciary, includes Supreme Court, hanggang pinaka-lowest branch.
That's for an amendment of our President's setup of rules.
So yung personal pong opinion po ninyo,
Minority.
mandang minority.
Well, valid yung issue ni Rudy na bago ka gumawa ng order, dapat nag-imbestiga ka muna. Eh, napakagaling kasi ng lawyer na ginawa ni Aimee, si Stilito. Baka nasintak yung nag-A yung agad ng order na pinare-revision na kami. Eh, may procedure yan. Sabi niyo, mag-imbestiga mo, pahit mo muna bago mo yun.
So bago po mabuwag ang Court of Appeals, ano po yung basihan dito, yung matibay na basihan para mabuwag ang Court of Appeals?
Hindi pwedeng buwagin yung constitutional.
Change of law.
What?
I-amend yung law.
You have to amend the law. We have a law that creates that office. And that's judiciary. That's, divided tayo.
So hindi mo pwedeng i-amend yun ng Congress?
We'll have somebody must agree that abolishing the office of court of appeals. And then RTC na lang, tapos Supreme Court. Ginawa ko yan sa taxation eh. Inalis ko yung provision na ang tax case mag-discuss sa municipal, trial, tapos sa RTC, tapos sa Court of Appeals, tapos sa Supreme Court. I removed that through legislative procedure. No? Ginawa ko, pag tax case, diretso ka sa CTA. Hindi ka dadaan sa iba. Tapos, you can only be questioned on, you can only appeal the case if you question the law. But if it is a decision based on facts, the decision of the Court of Tax Appeals is final. I did that
Sir,
during my time.
yung pag-defy doon sa release order ng Court of Appeals ng Congress, is it constitutional?
No, there was no violation at all. I think what happened here was simply procedural lapses. Hindi naman kine-question ni Rudy yung utusan na i-release eh. Siguro, magpunta ko muna ng investigation. If this investigation comes proper that the CTA, that the Court of Appeals made a decision na pakawalan mo na, then siguro the House will yield to the decision of the Court of Appeals. But there were procedures that were not done. That's what the majority legal is saying.
So meron na pong counter-threat yung CA, papakontempt naman daw yung members ng Congress.
Pako-contempt
Yung members of Congress, yung members of Congress are responsible for the
Pag
detention.
hindi na-release yung mga
Ano kanyang scenario ng pagdating? Contempt.
that will be a battle royale.
Realistic. So realistic ba yung mga ganong scenario na magkakagulo lalo pag
Is it in the paper today that CA is
May counter-threat.
contemplating on filing contempt?
merong statement po, pero parang threat pa lang, di pa naman formal.
I'd like to see that.
Sir, last, yung kung, di ba, yung sa sign, yung sinight for contempt yung Ilocos 6, ang penalty po dun is 10 days lang na pagka-detain. Pero more than 10 days.
May 10 days na ba?
17 days na po.
17 days na?
Oh,
Na naka-detain yung mga employee ng
yes po.
Ilocos Norte. Forgive me, wala sa learning curve ko yung number I start counting because we're on break. Siguro the list that I can ask, are they properly treated? They have good rooms and food. Siguro naman. As I've said, the position of the minority on this is that we really haven't shut down at this, but next week, meron kasing bibit kami ng mga minority members. Meron kami fit out of town kami, member ng Minoria. Maybe we can discuss this and then on your next forum, we will tell you what will be the official position of the minority in connection with this issue.
Okay. Sige.
Good morning, Congressman. Almost every day I read in the social media about the complaint of certain Otelo Dalanon, a former employee of the BIR, regarding the Otelo Dalanon.
Siya ang nagko-complain sa
Siya nagko-complain even before, even in the last administration about
the tax case of
Donut.
Donut.
Yes, the owner is Presi Prieto of the Inquirer also.
Sige, Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donut. Oh. What is your comment on that, sir?
Dunkin' Donut taga-inquirer.
Siya rin may-ari na Inquirer, sir.
Si Prieto.
Apo.
Marami yun. Shakey's kanila. Marami yun.
Anong comment nyo ito?
May problema siya kasi galit ata si Digong sa inquirer.
Wala pa kayong plano, sir, na Wala pa kayong plano magpatawag ng committee hearing para bigyan ng pansin yung nire-raise ni Dalanon?
The datas, I can recall that. The datas are big. It's worth considering
Yes, sir.
setting up a meeting. I'll check whether the minority is in a position to call for that. Call the BIR and find out whether valid yung mga allegations that they're not paying what's rightfully. Kasama dyan yung income ng Milo. Malaki yun. Billions na yan.
Billions, billions.
Okay, we're still waiting for the PNL Joseph.
Akayo niya kasama.
Anyway, we'll leave the issues about regarding the House for the meantime. Let's go to Mr.
Can I make a statement? Ano, baka
Sige.
hindi nyo kasi itanong kung ano yung... Kasi lahat na dyan ngayon, hinahanap si Digong.
Ako, ay natagal.
Ngayon ganito, ang position ko dyan, and I think this the sentiment of the minority as well is, it's nice na hinahanap ka. Ibig sabihin na mimiss ka nila, kasi may mga pangulo na hindi hinahanap ng tao. Sa matter of fact, natutuwa pa nga ang tao pag wala silang balita o sa pangulo yun. Sino man yun, eh, wala naman tayong tampuhan. So, ako ay natutuwa that hinahanap ng mga tao ang presidente. Sabi ko nga kay Bongo, can you make it a point to make sure that the president appears in the TV every other day para may comfort level ng mga tao na nakikita ka nila masaya ka. Pero on the other hand, as I've said, and this is our position officially, maganda yung hinahanap ka ng tao. Pagkat ibig sabihin, they give you value to you, they want to hear what you want to say, and they're happy that you are the president of the country.
Yes sir, mayroon po naman kayong balita dito sa kalagayan ng kalusugan ng
I've talked to two secretaries, Secretary Diokno and Secretary Dominguez, and you can quote me. They said that he's okay, he's just tested.
Sir, bakit hindi na magbigay na ng pronouncement sa television anytime today o kaya bukas para matapos na yung salita na lang siya sa lumabas na, mag-surface na lang si Presidente.
That's what I've said earlier. Sana. But kung talagang na-drain out siya dun sa senaryo ng Marawi na pinuntahan niya yung mga sundalo, nag-iikot siya, pinuntahan niya yung mga namatay ng Marines, that must be a very, what we call the
Tiring.
heartbreaking moments, lalo na mahal niya. Happens in Mindanao. Baka na-burn out sa sobrang pagod.
Parang meron kasi constitutional provision para in case of serious illness, parang the Secretary of National Defense yata and some other officials should give an update on the condition of the President. Pero parang sinasabi ni Atty. Panelo kahapon yata, wala namang serious illness, he's just resting.
Well, ang gawin natin, tingnan natin yung facial expression ng nagsasalita. They look sober and okay naman. So, let's take their position that they're telling the truth. They doesn't look bothered or alarmed. Kaya, at saka, as I've said, I've talked to cabinet secretaries. We share the same feeling.
Wala naman po bang balak ang independent bloc na to make some move to require the president to appear in Congress?
I will not be surprised. And I will be surprised if they will not. Not in Congress, but in TV.
Ayaw.
Pero yung kasabihan, masamang damo, tagal mamatay. I think it applies. He's a bad grass, but he's a good president.
Pwede pa i-conclude.
You can quote me on that. President is a bad grass, but he's a good president. Maganda, dito sa estilo ng ating gobyerno, pamahalaan, ugali ng Pilipino, mabuti yung salbahay.
Plus daw, pero sa complicity.
Okay, let's shift more now to another topic. Let's give way to Mr. Junia to give his views on the power rate issue.
Sure.
Thank
Thank you, Tokayo, and thank you for having me again on my favorite topic, which is MERALCO. Last Tuesday, June 13, I filed this petition for intervention in the 7 midnight contracts of MERALCO, covering 3,551 megawatts of power. Ito po yung tinawag ni Congressman Duterte na midnight contracts in one of the House hearings. Kasi po, ito yung naipadusot or naifile ng MERALCO under the extension of the CSP or the competitive selection process for procurement of power. Ang 3,551 megawatts po ng MERALCO is about 60% of their total demand. And it could even go as high as about 65 or 70%. Malaki hong volume yan. It is going to cover a period of at least 20 years. And the value of these contracts, given the plant gate price, is about 121 billion pesos per year or 2.2 trillion pesos for 20 years. Or about 124 billion pesos per year at delivery rate, or 2.4 trillion pesos over 20 years at delivery rate. Nung tinignan ko po yung records ng Energy Regulatory Commission, while it is true that these contracts have been challenged at the Supreme Court, and in fact the Commission has been hailed to the Ombudsman for these cases, wala hong intervenor na consumer doon sa ERC. So even if belatedly, I filed this petition so that we can get involved and engaged in the process of reviewing these contracts. Kasi pag hindi ho bigyan daan ng Supreme Court yung challenge to the contracts at hindi bigyan ng due course ng Ombudsman yung complaint, magtutuloy-tuloy ho yan na ang nag-uusap lang ERC at saka MERALCO. Marami ho tayong dapat maitanong tungkol dito. For one, ito pong 7 power generation companies na kaugnay ng MERALCO sa kanilang power supply agreements, na-trace ko po yung at least 4 of them based on the 2016 annual report of MERALCO na ito po ay may investments ang MERALCO. Doon po sa isang contract sa Peninsula, Redondo Peninsula Energy, 47% ang stake ng MERALCO. Sa St. Rafael, it's a 50% joint venture. Sa Mariveles, it's 49%. Sa Panay Energy, it's 14%. Meron pong mga rules sa EBIRA that prohibit distribution utilities from self-contracting. There's a limit that they cannot contract more than 50% of the requirements from affiliated or associated companies. So kung hindi ho tayo makiki-involve dito, wala hong magtatanong for the determination if there is a conflict of interest or if the caps have been exceeded. Tandaan po natin, bilyones po yung pinag-uusapan natin dyan. I handed out earlier a fact sheet and there are many, there's some data in there. The other thing po na nasa fact sheet ko is on May 3 this year, I also filed a position paper, ito po yun, for the repeal of performance-based regulation and a return to RORB or return on rate base. Ito po ay position paper in relation to a petition filed by MSK asking for the repeal of PBR and return to RORB. Ang implication naman po dito, for the third regulatory period alone, third RP, MERALCO was able to charge us under PBR 226 billion pesos. Because ERC has been negligent in implementing the rate reset process that should have happened in 2014 for the past 2-3 years, Meralco and about 18 other distribution utilities are operating under what they call an interim average rate without benefit of audit, review, or assessment of the amounts that they had already collected from us. So the basic position that we now take is we go back to return on rate base. Bakit po? Sa return on rate base, the recovery is very real. The utility makes an investment, the utility incurs the cost of providing the service, and at a certain point, they go to the regulator, the ERC, and say, I have invested this much, I've spent this much, this is the rate that I will need to recover my investment and my expense. Yan ho ang return on rate base. Yan ho ang sinasabi ng IPIRA that a utility is entitled to the recovery of costs incurred and investments made. Ano ba ang nangyari sa PBR? Iniba ho ang sistema. Under PBR, utility goes to ERC, says, Mr. ERC, this is my 4-year budget for what I will invest in and what I will spend. In case of Meralco, 226 billion. And when the ERC approves it for 4 years, that is untouchable. So, in advance, kinokolekta sa atin, in advance, tinitirmen at naset na hindi na ho natin magagalaw. In the case ngayon, because of the failure of ERC to do the rate reset, since 2015, nagkaroon ng regulatory holiday lahat ng utilities. Wala na hong nare-review kasi hindi ho inilabas ng ERC yung rules. It is really ironic that when they shifted from RORP to PBR, the principal excuse was the complaint of utilities that they suffered under a regulatory lag. Mayroon dahon lag between their spending and their collection, so they had to invent or contrive a system that would wipe out the lag. Unfortunately for us, the lag was not only wiped out, they were given a regulatory holiday. So most of these things po nandun sa 4-page background that I've given, and I'll be glad to take the questions. And by the way, isang final point lang po, I'll tie it into the CTRP. Mabuti ho nandito si Congressman. Alam niyo ho ba that under the VAT system now, even the municipal tax, the local tax that you pay or Meralco pays for having their lines on certain localities, the local tax is batted. Mayroon hong tax na ho yun, may tax pa. So it's batted. So I hope the review of CTRP will look into it. Pangalawa po, the involuntary discount that you and I pay, senior citizen discount and the lifeline rate, mayroon din hong VAT yan. Involuntary as it is, binabat pa tayo. Overall, electricity became vatable under EVAT, Expanded Value Added Tax. If you recall, before that, electricity was exempted from VAT. To me, it made a lot of sense. Why are we complaining that Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand is cheaper? In effect, their electricity is subsidized by the state. Tayo po dito, hindi na sinasubsidize, no overtax pa tayo. So, I hope that the CTRP working groups are going to look closely into the minutiae and the details of the VAT being imposed on our electricity. And finally, it's just unfortunate that the legislative liaison is not here. I would have wanted to raise the point that EPIRA has been in place for 16 years. There has been no major revision of it, yet it has resulted in PBR, a consequence which is very horrible and terrific as far as our rates are concerned. Thank you very much.
Can I just raise one question? Medyo may parochial concern lang ako dito sa sinabi ni Romy. Kasi one of the plant here is in Quezon, 1,200 mega na ilalagay sa Timona. Pero bago lahat yan, gusto ko lang malaman nyo na nag-file na ako ng bill, no more coal. pagbabawal na ng Kongreso, I hope House and Senate will agree with my position na walang bagong planta na coal-fired at magkakaroon tayo ng systematic change of all power plant plants that's using coal to shift to LNG. LNG is cheaper and it's cleaner. I don't see any reason why we should not shift to LNG. And we have plenty of LNG under the ground, more than coal. Just a question of tapping the potential. Ngayon, dito ang sinasabi mo, Romy, nagsara ng kontrata ang Meralco ng long-term contract dito
20 years at least.
May provision ba sa presyo?
Mayroon po.
Na pwede sila magtaas?
I don't know about the escalations because I will probably see the details of the contract if we're allowed to intervene. But based on the application, there's a plant gate rate and there is a delivery rate. The increase for the delivery rate is accounted for by the congestion fee vessel. But that's all that I see. I'm not even sure if that is capacity fee without taking into account the fuel and the O&M. It's possible that fuel and O&M are not included. It's just capacity fee.
Romy, yung sinabi mo, palagay ko halos lahat tayo, hindi natin naiintindihan yung sinabi ni Romy. Ako hindi ko rin masyadong nag-digest yung sinabi ni Romy. Pero sa akin, ang isang nakita ko lang dito na hindi ko naman kinakampihan kung sino man, is that wala naman tayong isang produkto na bababa, ang tendency ng lahat ng produkto tumaas. You agree with me? Time will come, rate on telco will go up. Fares will go up. Gasoline will go up. Electricity and water will go up. Walang bababa, lahat yan tataas. Ngayon, kung ako ay magkakaroon ng kontrata sa iyo at ako ay isang gumagamit ng kuryente doon sa lugar at sinasabi mo na for the next 20 years, obligated ako na magbayad si Meralco, pero for the next 20 years, wala tayong baguhan ng presyo, baka wala naman din presyo yun, di ba? Kasi kumisan, ang sinasabi natin in terms of banking system or making a certain project na positive on if you want to borrow money for this specific purpose at sinasabi mo, may guarantee ako kasi may kontrata kami nakapirma na for the next 20 years, gagamitin nila ang kuryente ng Meralco. Pero sa isang kamay naman, okay, Meralco, pero wala tayong baguhan ng presyo. Ngayon, kung gano'n siguro kami, di maayos, di ba? Ngayon, kung sinasabi ni Romy, subject ka pa rin sa condition na yung presyo ngayon, hindi katulad ng presyo sa isang taon, siguro, karapatan na ng Kongreso, busisiin niya at pagbubukas ng session. Kung ano itong sinasabi ni Romy Pacific.
Just to respond to the point, unang-una, I'm not saying na ito lahat ay cast in stone na or tama lahat ng interpretation ko. No? The reason why I'm asking for a petition to intervene is precisely to be able to get into the details and to get the actual contracts, and when we see those, we'll be able to say or see kung ano talaga ang laman nito. Pangalawa, doon po sa period ng 20 years, while it is true na maganda talaga for a system operator to have long-term contracts as the base and only a smaller percentage as the flexibility ng short-term contracts. It's a combination of long-term and short-term, especially dahil dyan sa base load na yan. Pero ito naman yung isang concern namin, lalo na dito sa coal. If it is 20 years, paano ang mangyayari kung nakaset na tayo sa 20 years, if in 5 years or in 10 years, nagkaroon ng dramatic change in the technology of new and renewable energy. Remember, in Germany right now, as an understanding, it's principally solar already. So, if the technology of solar improves so much that it catches up with the current cost of baseload coal, kung nakatali na ho tayo ng 20 years, wala na ho tayo magagawa. Naitali na tayo ng long term. 20 years just looks like very much na matagal. Pangatlo, yung tungkol doon sa fees, ang capacity fee is computed on the basis of the cost of the plant. That's why it's very easy to track it dahil the cost of the plant, number of years of operation, and capacity, determine mo na yan. Ang variable dyan is the fuel and the operation and maintenance, the O&M, which can come in later. But again, as I must emphasize, based on what I have seen and what I know from the document, I'm not even sure if the plant gauge rate of about average of 360 per kilowatt hour and the delivered rate of about 380 per kilowatt hour already includes the fuel and the O&M. That is why I'm saying that it is important that consumers like us get involved in the process so that we are able to make our own independent evaluation and arrive at our own judgment. If it comes out that this is indeed the best deal, then I will be out there and supporting it. Because as far as I'm concerned, the bottom line is least cost to the consumer is the best cost. So, yun ho yung direction natin. And to put a number to it, I added together the supposed advantages of the proposed plant gauge rate and delivery rate. It amounts to about 2 pesos and 50 centavos per kilowatt hour. And I was saying that if the 7 contracts indeed yields the 250 reduction in rate, then why not? If it is to the benefit of the consumer. But again, you have to look at cross ownerships, you have to look at self-contracting, and you have to look at the other caps that are set in the power reform law.
Okay. Pag-aralan nyo na lang siguro yung handout nila, no? To medyo technical yung mga figures na we have to wrestle with.
Kano babayaran mo per kilowatt?
Oo.
At the end of the day, we talk about the pass on to add.
Ang isa nga hong point dito, as we're looking at it, under the power reform law, ang aspiration ho is to deregulate the generation sector and to open it up. Okay? Dito mo sa situation na ganito, where MERALCO is a virtual monopsony, the single biggest buyer, owning 60% of the national market and practically 70% of Luzon market. Eh kung mangongontrata ho siya dun sa may mga investment siya, sino pa yung merchant plant or planta na papasok na walang kontrata? Paano naman siya makakakontrata sa MERALCO kung hindi niya i-give up yung a certain portion of his own equity? So, it really is a policy question. It's an executive or implementation question, and it is a regulatory challenge for the electricity landscape to be changed to favor the consumers.
Okay, thank you. At this point, tatawagan ko si Nilo Tayag para bigyan tayo ng idea kung ano yung advocacy niya ngayon. Yung siguro mga kabataan na nandito, hindi kilala si Danilo, no? Siya yung dating tagapangulo ng militanteng organisasyon ng Kabataang Makabayan. Tapos nakulong ng mahigit 10 taon under bago pa madang martial law.
Pakitago lang yung sitwasyon, hindi ako makatingin kayo.
And is now a bishop of the
Independent Church.
Philippine Independent Church.
Hindi ba nag-defiant yun?
Defiant. Sige, we'll give you siguro 10 minutes to
Una-una, maraming salamat kay Butch Hilario kasi matagal na rin kami nakita. Mga late 70s, mga mid-70s siguro, nung binanggit niya yung incident nangyari sa loob ng YRC Fort Bonifacio ay napasa ko sa internet. Interesado ako, inugat ko kung saan ko siya makikita. At dito pa lang sa Annabel'S pala. So maraming salamat sa pagkakataon ito at sa mga nanonood at binabati ko rin ang Congressman sa Quezon. Taga Quezon din po ako, Ginangan at saka sa Tekawayan. Ito po, kasi ang aming advocacy ay ang organisasyon namin, ang naitayo po ay ang Revolution Duterte. Kasi nagkaroon kami ng effort na pagkaisahan o pag-isahin ang lahat ng mga organisasyon sumuporta kay Presidente Duterte sa ilalim ng isang organisasyon. Ngunit magpahanggang ngayon ay hindi pa rin nabubuo ito. Merong kilusang pagbabago territorial, merong kilusang pagbabago sectoral, at saka ibig sabihin sectoral organizations. So, ang minabuti namin na kaming mga organizers ng Revolution Duterte, magkaroon ng parang isang umbrella organization na ang pangalan mismo ay Revolution Duterte. Bakit namin tinawag na Revolution Duterte? Sapagkat naniniwala kami na nung mahalal at umupong presidente, si Pangulong Digong, ay nasa kanyang katauhan na ang kataas-taasang pagpapahalaga ng kasagraduhan ng pamilyang Pilipino, na ibig sabihin, to preserve and to protect the Filipino family from illegal drugs, from corruption, and from criminality. Pangalawa, the same family will be supported, they will be enhanced and advanced ang kanyang interest sa pamamagitan ng 10-point socio-economic program at saka yung tinatawag nilang Ambisyon 2024. So, ito yung mga programang inilaan niya para sa pamilyang Pilipino. Pero siyempre, nakikita natin ngayon nahihirapan ang Pangulo sa kanyang pagpapatupad ng illegal drugs. Kaya kailangan talaga ng isang malakas na mass movement upang tumulong sa pagpapatupad niya ng all-out war against illegal drugs. Sapagkat discovery niya na sa hanay mismo ng kapulisan ay nahihirapan siyang pagtasin o nahihirapan siyang implement ang kanyang giyera laban sa illegal drugs dahil sa maraming mga corrupt na mga pulis. Dito makakatulong ang community, dito makakatulong ang mga private organizations, dito makakatulong ang mga NGOs at saka mga people's organizations, lalong-lalo na sa intelligence reports o mga informasyon na maaari nilang i-develop into intelligence reports. Nang sa ganon, hindi lamang ang ahensya ng PNP, kundi ang NBI at iba pang mga law enforcement agencies, ang PIDEA, ay matutulungan ng masa ng sambayanan sa pamamagitan ng Revolusyong Duterte. Sa issue naman ng graft and corruption, nabanggit ni Congressman kanina, Congressman Suarez, na ang issue na hindi yung panibagong mga batas tungkol sa tax reforms, kundi ang basic assumption dito ay mabawasan o mawala ang katiwalian sa loob ng BIR at saka sa loob ng customs. Kung ang panawagan po namin sa Revolution Duterte ay bombard the headquarters of the corrupt government agencies. Ang ibig sabihin, kung may problema sa loob ng BOC, may problema sa loob ng DIR, may problema sa immigration, may problema sa DNR, may problema sa iba't ibang mga ahensya ng pamahalaan, nandun yung mga sangay ng Revolusyong Duterte upang i-expose ito at hindi lamang expose ito, makipagtulungan sa iba't ibang mga organisasyon na mag-file ng mga kaso upang sa ganun malantad sa publiko. Kasi magiging walang saysay lamang itong panawagan ni Pangulong Duterte na laban siya all-out war. Sabi pa niya, corruption must stop. Pero paano natin ma-stop yun kung wala talaga mga kumikilos na taong bayan? So, ang Revolusyong Duterte ay magiging conduit ng lahat ng mga complaints at tutulungan namin ang na-create sa pamagitan ng Executive Order number 09, yung Office of Participatory Governance at saka yung Office of Strategic Response sa lahat ng mga hinahing, sa lahat ng mga protesta, sa lahat ng mga complaints, sa lahat ng mga suggestions, mga mga pangkala at munikala ng mga sambayanan, kailangan magkaroon ng isang daluyan ito para mabilis na umakyat sa presidente at sa executive branch. At hindi lamang sa executive branch, maging sa legislative branch, at maging ang mga complaints laban sa judiciary tungkol sa administration of justice. Kailangan talagang may ilantad dito, may expose natin dito, sapagkat lahat naman tayo nag-agree dito na talagang the dice are loaded against the poor when it comes to administration of justice. Pera-pera lang ang nangyayari sa mga korte mula sa mga RTC hanggang sa kataas-tasang Korte Suprema. Malakasan daw po sasalita dito. Mula sa mga Court of Appeals hanggang sa hanggang sa Korte Suprema ay umaalingasaw ang mga katiwalian na nangyayari sa gobyerno. So, hindi lamang sa Executive Department, kundi sa lahat ng mga departamento o sangay o the different branches of government. So, naniniwala rin kami na si Pangulong Duterte ay nagtataguyod ng tinatawag nating three fundamental values ng Duterteismo o Pilipinismo. Bakit Pilipinismo? Sapagkat ang gusto niya, aggressive assertion of our national sovereignty, an independent foreign policy. Pangalawa, yung predominance and preponderance of Filipino entrepreneurship at saka yung in the national economy. Ang ibig sabihin nito, there will be economic emancipation. So the first value is political liberation, economic emancipation, and the third one is genuine social concord. Ang ibig sabihin nito, bibigyan niya ng daan ang lahat ng mga programa para sa national unity, national reconciliation. Binuksan niya ang daan sa National Democratic Front. Talagang kinilala niya at nakipag-usap siya sa National Democratic Front at binigyan niya ng mga cabinet positions. Ilang mga cabinet army. Ito po ay isang napakagandang gesture on the part of the President for national reconciliation. At sa tingin po, pagkatapos nitong maraming issue na to, maraming problems na to, ay kakausapin na niya ang MILF at saka ang MNLF tungo sa isang more lasting arrangement with regards to the Bangsamoro people autonomy. So ito po yung tinitingnan naming Rebolusyong Duterte. At naniniwala kami na kapag hindi po nakikita namin na maraming mga obstruction sa ginagawa ni Pangulong Duterte, we believe that he will not squander the political capital. He will not squander the next 5 years. He will take advantage of this. This is a chance of a lifetime na magkaroon ng tunay na reforma sa ating pamahalaan, tunay na reforma sa ating lipunan. Kaya po, nagsusulong din kami ng isang revolutionary government kung sakasakaling walang mangyari dito sa mga reformang itinataguyod at isinasa praktika ni Pangulong Duterte. So maraming salamat sa pagkakataon ito. At handa akong sumagot sa mga
hindi po siya tagapagsalita na ng kabataan makabayan. Ganyan po siya magsalita. Mga 1969, 1970. Oh, sige. Questions for any one of our guests? Sige.
Kanila. Napakaganda ng mga ginagawa ni Pangulong Duterte. Ako po ay balimbing. Kaya nung kampanya, ako po ay Pinay by day, po by night, at Duterte after midnight. Kasi ang pinaka-sinusuportahan ko kay Duterte ay yung bananal bench ng mga drug pushers. Okay. Anyway, seriously, yun po ay medyo biro, pero serious rin yun. Dahil yun po sabihin natin sa ibang mga bagay, maaaring makapili tayo ng ibang pinuno na magagawa yung mga ginagawa o hindi ginagawa ni Duterte. Pero dun sa pagpatay sa mga drug pusher, unfortunately, kung minsan drug addict lang, siya lang ang nakagawa nun. Ni si General Secretary of Defense President Ramos, hindi po nagawa yun. Ngayon po, Ang tanong ko po, paano po pag namatay si Duterte? Anong gagawin natin?
Ito nga, dami nagtatanong kung bakit hindi sila nakikita sa television si President Duterte. Sa palagay ko po ay si President Duterte ay nakapaglatag na rin ng isang sistema ng succession. At ako lang, personal opinion ko yun, nakapaglatag na rin siya ng isang sistema ng succession of powers. Ang ibig ko sabihin, yung kanyang sinasabi kong supreme value and the fundamental values of Duterteism have already been imbibed by a core of true believers. Ang kailangan po talaga sa continuity ng isang revolusyon ay ang cadre building na tinatawag namin, yung pagbubuo ng mga kadre. Ang mga kadre po na tinatawag namin sa Kilusan noon, alam ni Butch Hilario at ni Bingoy, na ang kadre po ay ang tinatawag na tunay na mananampalataya. Ang ibig ko sabihin ay Pangulong Duterte, milyon-milyon ng mga nananampalataya doon sa kanya. Ang ibig ko sabihin ng nananampalataya ay mas mataas po antas ito sa paniniwala. Ang ibig sabihin ng mas mataas na antas sa paniniwala, may kaakibat na pagkilos, may kaakibat na kahandang magsakripisyo, may kaakibat na kahandaang ialay ang buhay para sa programang itinataguyod o para sa Rebolusyong Duterte. O sa ano po, hindi naman natin gustong mangyari ang sinasabi ni Kalingoy, pero kung minsan, lalo dumarating sa buhay natin ito, sa aking palagay, ay merong sapat na tagasunod at merong sapat na mananampalataya ang Pangulong Duterte na merong ng mekanismo para ipagpatuloy ang revolusyon kanyang sinimulan.
Follow up question po. Nangangamba po ako na kung hindi matapos ni Duterte yung kampanya laban sa droga at pag siya po ay namatay, na babalik ang droga with a vengeance. Ngunit, isang malaking diferensya, hindi na lang protector ang mga general, lalo-lalo na ng PNP, o hindi, sila na po ang drug lord. Pag pulis na yung drug lord, the next time around, hindi na tayo makakita ng kapalit ni Duterte na siyang tanggal ng narco-politics. Kaya, paano po, kasi yung kanina tanong ko, in general, pero in particular, paano po na hindi makabalik ng droga kung ngayon po mamatay si Duterte? Baka kung after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, iba na ang sitwasyon. Pwede na siya magpahinga. Pero sa ngayon, sa palagay ko, napakalaking panganib pag namatay si Duterte.
Napakalaking panganib po. At ang masasabi ko lamang, nakikita ninyo ang consolidation effort ng Pangulong Duterte sa hanay ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. At ang pagkakahirang ni General Anyo at nauupo bilang DILG Secretary sa mamamahala sa mga local governments at saka siya mamamahala sa PNP ay nangangahulugan na talagang mag-release tayo. There will be a cleansing of the PNP. Kaya yung kinatatakutan mong mangyayari ng Ligoy na may iwasan natin ang mangyayari sa PNP sapagkat ang mismong Armed Forces of the Philippines ay siyang gagawa ng paraan upang malinis ang PNP at ang sa ganon, ang mismong AFP ay maging instrumento sa pagpapatupad ng drug, ng all-out war against illegal drugs.
Okay.
Salamat po.
We have time for just 1 or 2 questions.
Sorry kayo. Tanong kayo.
Okay na. Okay.
Siguro, last minute.
Masaya ka na doon sa lahat natin.
Parting word na lang from the House Minority Leader. What can we expect from the House? Tagal pa yung SORA, no? At this point, ano ba ang ginagawa ng House?
Dito sa forum na ito, gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo yung kaganapan ng CBD namin. Ako I took the cudgel of being in the rostrum sapagkat yan ang practice. Sa last day, magpipreside ang minority. Ang sabi ko, this is my 26 years. Ilang bang beses ang beses ko? Tatlo, plus 9. Tagal ko na. That is my 25th, I think. Going 26 years as public servant. And I've served presidents and speakers. And I've served majority leaders. When the president assumes his role as president, he said, I will do my work as the president, and you do your work as congressman. That is the most important message that I can see na binitiwan ng isang Pangulo. Sapagkat sa mga nakaraang panahon, submissive ang Kongreso. Kung ano ang line-up ng administrasyon at ng executive, sumusunod kami. Kagaya na lang ng budget making, processing. Ang budget, pag sinabi ng Secretary of Finance, ito lang ang gagastusin natin. Kaya, pag kami nagtatanong sa pag-a-apply ng budget, at meron silang observation na hindi nila gusto, sasabihin nila, noted. Tapos na. Hindi namin nagagawa yung tungkulin ng isang kongreso na magsabing gagawin yung tuloy na yan, gagawin yung school na yan, at maglalagay tayo ng pera. That's our role. And we haven't done that for the next maybe 20-25 years. So, pagbubukas ng session after this one, this will be a different Congress, especially during the budget hearing. And I would like to invite you to be present there during budget deliberation. And you can see a real skirmishes between the executive and Congress.
Ano bang issue, sir? Bang issue?
Tanong.
Kay Congressman Suarez. Sir, ito reaction niyo doon sa yung parang dati nasa confrontation mode ng Kongreso natin dito ako. Para bang pag may ibang ahensya o ibang sa ngayon ng gobyerno na pumunta doon sa pananaw ng Kongreso, palaging antagonistic ng mga tos, gagawin mga justices, hindi pa yung ganito.
Well, gaya na sinabi ko, Charlie, that was the past. Ganun tayo yung araw pag nagbigay ng mando ang presidente, susunod kami. Pag sinabi ng executive, ganito ang format ng ating gobyerno, susunod kami. Sumusunod lang ng Kongreso. Submissive kami nun. Why? Because of party affiliation and because of exercise of numbers. But not here. Mismo ang aming speaker ang nagsabi, ipagkalaman namin ang karapatan ng isang congressman. Kaya sa mga committee hearing, natutuwa ako that the speaker goes there and starts lambasting the executive. Sinasabi niya mali yung ginagawa niyo. And this is the first time na isang leader ng House ay pinuna ang action ng executive. This is good for the country. Ngayon, talaga magkakaroon ng tamang-tamang responsibilidad yung tatlong sangay ng pamahalaan. Legislative, executive, at judicial.
Pero gusto ko i-divide, diba? I-divide ko ng leadership yung judiciary, yung particular sa SPA order, police
Wala ako dito, Charlie. Sinagot ko yan. You came in late. I think I made my position very clear on that. Regarding the scuffle or the head-on confrontation between the majority leader and the Lord of Appeal. Tingnan na lang natin in the days to come. Thank you very much.
Salamat po.
Okay, on that, kung wala na question, siguro pwede nyo interview si minority leader siguro later on, tapos na session na to. Pero we'd like to thank Mr. Suarez and Mr. Junia for coming over and giving us the insight on these issues. Maraming salamat at visit today.
Gusto ko tanongin kay Ido Sinabi niya na may mga cabinet secretary na kadre. Ido, ang kadre ba humahawak ng baril? Ang kadre ba humahawak ng baril?
Meron din.
Ano yung tanong nyo?
Hindi, ang tanong, hindi tanong hindi observation. Nakakahinayang si Ramos. After all, he was the most prepared president when it came to law enforcement, national security, intelligence. Pero sa kalingkingan ang ginawa ni Duterte sa hanggang doon lang siya. Tapos pangalawa, si Ramos, okay, maganda yung ginawa niya sa peace, di ba? Peace sa Muslim, Manila, peace sa PNP, peace sa Kulklato. Pero, it was not a lasting peace.
Sabi mo nga,
It was only during his time. Yeah? Hindi naman pwedeng bawat 6-term presidente, isang klaseng peace, another klaseng peace, another klaseng peace.
tama sinabi.
Lasting peace.
Tama sinabi mo na there was a time na many members of his cabinet were egging him to continue with his term. But he was afraid of Cory and he was afraid of Catholic sin. Eh, tingnan mo ngayon, malakas pa siya hanggang ngayon. Ngayon sabihin mo, kung meron siya talagang vision, the president has a vision for the country. He will do everything in order to carry out that vision. Walang ganong klaseng drive si Ramos. Hindi katulad ni Marcos. Ito si Digo, sa loob ng 5 taong ito, na binigay na natitira pa niya, I think he is determined to fulfill the basic requirements of the Duterte Revolution. Kaya kahit na kay Pangulong Marcos, kung tinatanong ako minsan, sinasabi ko na what do you think of the dictatorship of President Marcos? I think he was not dictator enough. Kulang pa. Kasabay niya si Park Chung-hee, kasabay niya si Suharto, kasabay niya si Lee Kuan Yew. They hit the ground running. Talagang nag-declare ng martial law agad at nag-industrialisa agad ng South Korea at nagkaroon din ng mga industrialisasyon ng Indonesia. Nagkaroon din ng mga malawak ng reforma Lee Kuan Yew.
Kasi si Magoy takot sa kano.
Ayun ang maganda ka yan. Maganda pa.
Hindi mo naalala, nung bago ang martial law, si Marcos hindi binintahan ng armas at bala ng kano. Kaya bumili sila ng Marquete. Diba yung Marquete, yung pumatay doon sa 10 army sa Marawi. Yun hindi American yun, Italian. Kasi napilitan si Marcos na bumili ng armas sa ibang lugar. Halimbawa, yung mga howitzer ng army o Italian Otto Melara, yung komando ng PC, Portuguese clone ng Cadillac Gauge G150 commando. But, hindi mo nakita magmura si Marcos Infante sa Amerikano.
Ako rin. Hindi ko na narinig sa Pangulong Marcos na magmura sa simbahan Katoliko. Pero si Digo, nagmumura sa mga Amerikano. Tama nga, that's the basic difference. He was not afraid at all.
Pero ni Marcos takot sa foreign correspondent.
Except when he faced the National Press Club.
Ay, hindi.
As I've said